Mastering Discipline, the King's Guide to Inner Power and Unbreakable Focus. Chapter 1. The Forgotten Throne Within. In every man lies a throne, but few ever claim it. The world outside screams for control, over wealth, status, attention. But the wisest kings in history knew the only kingdom worth ruling is within. Discipline is the crown jewel of that kingdom. It's not glamour, not glory, but without it, no man, no leader, no king ever builds lasting power. Marcus Aurelius, Emperor of Rome, once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This video is your royal map, not for ruling lands, but for mastering the one realm that truly matters: yourself. Chapter 2. Why Kings Master Themselves First. A real king doesn't lead by impulse, he leads by example. Before he ever commands an army, he commands his own desires, his thoughts, his fears. Because without discipline, a man becomes a slave to moods, urges, and distractions. Discipline is not repression, it is refinement. The kings of old trained themselves in hardship, not because they loved pain, but because they knew power demands sacrifice. If you would rule others, said the Stoics, first rule yourself. And that starts, not with outer conquest, but with mastering daily discipline. Chapter 3. The Enemies of Inner Power. The path to inner rule is littered with enemies, not warriors, but whispers. Comfort, the silent killer of ambition. Distraction, the thief of focus. Doubt, the poison in your cup. Excuses, the traitor within. Each one chips away at your crown. Each one tempts you to abandon your throne. But a true king prepares. He builds walls within, fortified by principles, routines, and choices aligned with purpose. Discipline is the sword that slices through the fog. Without it, you wander. With it, you conquer. Chapter 4. Foundations of Royal Discipline. Every king had a code, a set of rituals, practices, and disciplines to anchor his reign. So must you. Here are the 5 pillars of royal discipline. 1. Win the morning. Your kingdom begins at sunrise. A disciplined man chooses how he starts the day, not his phone, not the world. Wake early, move your body, sit in silence, set your intention. The first victory, wrote Sun Tzu, is over self. 2. Keep a warrior's schedule. A king doesn't drift, he plans. Not every second, but the vital ones. Use time blocks, eliminate time wasters. And remember, saying no is an act of power. 3. Train the mind daily. Like a sword, your mind must be sharpened. Read the ancients, reflect in journals, sit in stillness. Do this daily, and your thoughts will obey your will, not the world's chaos. 4. Control your body, control your mind. Food, sleep, movement. Discipline in the body creates clarity in the mind. Kings are not gluttons, they are guardians, even of what they consume. 5. Keep promises to yourself. The smallest broken promise weakens the entire wall. Your word to yourself must become law. Discipline isn't about grand gestures, it's about the invisible consistency no one sees with you. Chapter 5. The Fire of Resistance. The moment you commit to discipline, resistance awakens. That voice in your head will say, just this once. You deserve a break. Nobody will know, but you will know, and kings don't lie to themselves. When it gets hard, and it will, remember this: fire refines gold, struggle shapes character. No comfort ever crowned a king, only resilience did. Chapter 6, Discipline and Power, the Invisible Connection. Let's talk power. Real power, not the flashy, insecure, performative kind. We're talking inner power, the ability to remain grounded in chaos, to move with intention, to act without begging for approval. This kind of power comes from discipline. Look at any powerful man throughout history. Marcus Aurelius wrote Meditations during war. Epictetus, a slave who mastered his mind. Alexander the Great trained harder than his men. Miyamoto Musashi lived with nothing yet feared by all. None of them relied on external motivation. They relied on their inner compass, discipline as identity. And that is the secret. Discipline is not something you do, it's who you become. Chapter 7, Turning Discipline into Destiny. Discipline is not punishment. It's the highest form of self-respect. Every time you show up, especially when you don't feel like it, you send a signal to your subconscious. I am a king. I am in control. I shape my life. Over time, these signals shape your identity, and identity shapes your destiny. But here's the truth most won't tell you. It's not about perfection. It's about returning to the throne again and again. Fall off, get back on. Waver, refocus. Fail, forgive and recommit. Kings aren't flawless, they're relentless. Chapter 8, Training the Inner King, Advanced Practices. Want to take it further? Train your mind like royalty. 1. Voluntary discomfort. Sleep on the floor once a month. Fast for 24 hours. Walk without music. Put yourself in controlled hardship. Discomfort breeds resilience, and resilience breeds sovereignty. 2. Silence as strength. A king speaks only when needed. Practice silence daily. Listen more, speak less. That's where wisdom sharpens. 3. Mental rehearsal. Visualize your day like a general mapping a battlefield. See challenges and your stoic, unshaken response. This makes action automatic when the moment comes. Chapter 9. What you gain from mastering discipline. Discipline unlocks focus, no more scattered energy. Freedom, yes, freedom, because you're no longer enslaved by impulse. Clarity, decisions come faster, with purpose. Respect, first from yourself, then from others. Power, quiet, calm, unshakable presence. Discipline doesn't shrink your life, it elevates it. Like a king rising from the dust, forged by fire, but glowing with wisdom. Chapter 10, Final Words. The crown awaits. The throne is not given, it's earned, moment by moment, choice by choice, day by day. And that throne, it's not out there, it's within you. You don't need permission. You don't need perfect circumstances. You only need one thing, the discipline to begin and to never stop becoming. The crown isn't made of gold, it's made of integrity, and it fits the head of anyone willing to rise. So rise, King. The world doesn't need more noise. It needs more men of discipline, of presence, of power.